Okay, good morning, money makers and go breakers. I'm Jim Marie, a millennial wife and mom of two. And here on my channel, I talk about all things digital planning, productivity, organization, and finance with an emphasis on budgeting and retirement prep. And every so often, we talk about a little bit of business. If you are new here, I would like to invite you to join me as I document my journey towards becoming debt free and investing in my future so I can definitely live my best freaking life in retirement, and in the process, I hope to inspire you to take control of your financial future as well. Okay, so by the title of the video, you already know what we're getting into. We're getting into closing out my April budget. Flip to my April monthly sheet, and this is a planner that I did create. If anybody is interested, I am a digital planner girl, so I it was only natural that I create a digital planner, but it is also available for print if anyone would like to take a look. And this sheet right here, I am actually going to offer for free just for those who are beginning their budgeting journey so they can have a dedicated sheet that they can use every month to just lay out all their funds, lay out all their expenses and budget. So I want you guys to have something just so you can, at least something to start with that's easy and practical, and at the same time too, also aesthetically pleasing. For April, my budget goal was to reduce debt. I was mainly focusing on paying down a little loan that I had. So stay tuned to see how I did with that. Okay, so we're going to start with the income, and I did receive 5 paychecks in the month of April. I work part time. I work 24 hours a week as a visiting nurse, and then I also have a per diem job at an assisted living facility that I do every so often. I do some third shifts there when I can, and I'm trying to do as much as possible this summer because that job is what helps me contribute to my 401k. Okay, so what I did budget for income was 3,432. The actual that was deposited into my checking account was $4,090.97. Can I get some jazz hands? Can I get a little. I do try to be as conservative as possible at the beginning of the month so I can give myself a little grace and some cushion. Just and also to kind of challenge myself too. But this number, my income fluctuates so much because I do the visiting nursing that depending on how many patients I see for the week will determine my pay. Sometimes I see 30, sometimes I see 20. The minimum I can see a week, I believe, is 21. But sometimes I've gone up so far working as part time, which is crazy. I've done like 37, 40 patients in a week. And you know, so the paycheck be good, but your body and your mental be all jacked up at the end of the week. But that's a different story for a different day. Okay, so next we're gonna go down to the debt reduction, and I did budget $750, and the actual that I paid out for the month was $938. So another thank you, Jesus. Because remember, for April, my budget goal was to reduce as much debt. Well, not as much, but reduce debt. And I was focusing on this loan right here. I did budget 389 and the actual was 378. So for anyone who's interested in knowing, I did go ahead and pay that off. So that is a debt payment that is now done, out of here, in the garbage. Bye. Don't come the hell back this way. So, and the rest of these right here are 3 credit cards. I am planning on closing this one once I get it. I think I only have like $100 left. So I'll be paying that off in the month of May. And then I'm going to close it out because it doesn't have any rewards and the interest rate is kind of high too. So it has no benefits. Really no reason for me to keep it open. So I'm just going to keep these two right here, the Venture and the Venture One. And this one is going to get paid, and this one is in the garbage. Well, not in the garbage, it's done. They got their money, and I feel good about it. Okay, so now we're going to move over to the savings and investing. I did budget $620. The actual that I saved was 415. And in this little green box right here, you'll see it says Roth and 529. This is for me and this is for my son. We are partaking in a 52-week challenge. So weekly we stuff an envelope with whatever week's amount of money for that week. Like if it's when it was week 2, we did $2, week 3, $3. We're up to, I believe this week is week 19 or 18, one of those. But I just wanted to point out that at the end of quarter 1, I did purge the envelopes. I pulled the money out, took it to the bank, deposited, and then I transferred it to my brokerage account and I invested the money because I feel like it's doing more good being invested than it is sitting in an envelope, not accruing any interest, not compounding. So I am going to do that every quarter. I'm going to purge our envelopes and I'm going to invest the funds. But I did not include the 136, my son's 136 or my 136 into the total because it's actually being already accounted for in my weekly budget and my monthly budget. So I didn't want to skew my numbers because at the end of the year, I want my numbers to be as accurate or as close to accurate as possible. So since it's already being contributed, accounted for, I didn't want to double or throw my numbers off. But I did just want to throw it here so I can, know that this was done in the month of April when I do go back and go over all my budgets at the end of the year or even, throughout the year. So we are now going to move to my fixed and variable expenses. And these are my bills as well as my discretionary spending or my discretionary expenses. So I did budget $2,386 and what I actually paid was $2,676.01. So I was over a little bit and let's go see why. Okay. So as you can see here, I was over in groceries by $101.54. Gas, I was over. And of course, the eating out and Red Bull is going to kill me every freaking month. But I'm actually doing better because these numbers, as of like last year, these numbers were way higher. So I am actually doing pretty darn good right now, and I'm gonna give myself some grace and pat myself on the back. Okay, so and starting next month as well too, I already anticipate that I'm gonna start paying more in gas because I went from a car to a truck, and the car insurance is also gonna go up as well. So this, all of this is well, not all of it, but majority of these bottom numbers, these totals are going to be like way different next month. So if you're interested in seeing how that pans out, be sure to stay tuned for my May budgeting video, which will be coming following after this video. So be sure to stay tuned for that. That's why you have to go ahead and hit that subscribe and the notification bell so you don't miss that upload. Okay, so let's see. All right, so that pretty much was, what threw me over mostly was the groceries, the gas. Oh, and household. I almost forgot about household. I need to start budgeting a little better for household in my monthly budget and my weekly budget routine because I just recently moved into this apartment 6 months ago, so we're still in the process of like decorating and buying decor pieces and stuff like that. So I anticipate this category I'm always gonna be, doing something in household until I get the apartment to where I want it to look and how I want the aesthetic to be. So I just need to start budgeting better for it because I did budget $80 for the month. Like I should have known that wasn't gonna work. Like because in this same category is household like decor and it's also like cleaning supplies like my paper towels, my toilet paper, and just like cleaning stuff. So I don't know what I was thinking budgeting $80 for the month. That was unrealistic. So I have to do better for the month of May. Okay, so now we're gonna go over to the recap. And so what I earned or what I budgeted to earn was 3,432. What I actually brought in and had in my checking account was $4,090.97, and the difference was 658. that is so awesome. Like, I am so grateful and just so thankful and just blessed to have had such a difference in what I actually budgeted versus what was deposited. Okay, so yes, at the beginning of the month, I try to be as conservative as possible because I like to plan on my planning, not going according to plan, if that makes any sense. So, yes, so I'm just once again very grateful, very blessed to have such a difference for the month of April. So let's see what May brings because May is a magic month. So we definitely got to stay tuned for that. So now we're going down to what was spent, budget versus actual, and the difference. I budgeted 2,386 and the actual was 2,676 with a difference of $290. So basically around to say almost $300 difference for my discretionary spending and my bills. And then for debt, I did budget $750. I actually paid $938 with a difference of $188 in a good way, because that means that I did pay down more debt than I budgeted to. So for my savings, I did budget $620 and I actually saved $415. So the difference between that was 205, which I'm not mad at that because I'm going to give myself some grace because for quarter two, my main goal is reducing debt. So since I did reach my savings milestone, I am pulling back on savings and allocating those funds towards paying down a good chunk of debt that I can for quarter two. So, okay, so that is it for the closeout of my April budget invested. And then there's a little section for a monthly summary and also for you to document a section for you to document your over budget categories and your under budget categories, and also your money wins, what you're grateful for, and some improvements that you can implement for the month going for the next month coming in. So this is something that I do every month. I have to actually finish this for the month of April, but I did, go ahead and put in, fill in what I was grateful for. Like I said, hitting my income goal of 4K, paying off the loan, and I actually did budget consistently for the month of April, which I am very grateful for that I was able to. It is very well, not easy. It is very user friendly and minimalistic. And at the same time, too, I find it to be very aesthetically pleasing. So, yes, if you made it to the end of this video, I love when you make it to the end of the video. You are a real one. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate you. And since you're still here, you might as well go ahead and hit the like button if you don't mind. And also the subscribe button because it helps my little but mighty channel grow. So, until next time, ladies, please do me a favor. Always continue to become wiser, stronger, and better every day.